Why can't I stop binge eating at night? How to stop binge eating, especially at night? How to stop overeating, over snacking at night? How to stop nighttime snacking? These are the kind of questions I get asked when people find out what I do for a living, which is I help women to heal from yo-yo dieting, stress eating, and emotional attachment to the food. In other words, I help people change their habits and patterns around food in a way that works consistently long term. I am a nutritionist, but I think that meal plans and recipes come after you repair your relationship with food, because you need to eat healthily consistently to be healthy and lose weight consistently. I feel like we have more than enough information on what to eat, and my work is really about going one level deeper, really getting under the surface and figuring out why, when we have all the information and we tried so many eating plans or diets, we have so many books and articles on what to eat, why is it so hard to stay on track? Can we actually create a healthy lifestyle that we really, really want for ourselves? So that's really what I am all about. And my name is Irina. And if this is your first time today watching my video, I want to talk about why can't people stop binge eating, binge snacking at night. It's literally the number one thing people ask about. You know, I do really well all day, I eat clean all day, but then something happens when the sun goes down and I just lose all control. And before I know it, I've eaten too much of the things I try to stay away from. This is what people tell me. Yeah, give me a little thumbs up in the comments if this is you, if you know what that's like to feel. You're doing really, really well all day, but then after a long day or whatever happens that day, something takes over your body, your mind, and you are suddenly eating chips or cookies or chocolate or ice cream or wine or all of it, whatever it may be. You are overeating when you promised yourself that you wouldn't do that. You didn't want to do it in the first place. So today I want to talk about 3 reasons why, in my experience, people overeat or oversnack at night. I work with a lot of clients and students in my programs that help change patterns around food for good. And most people fall into one of these 3 reasons, or they could have just 2 or have all 3. I might describe these reasons and you might be saying, yes, Irina, I have all 3. I am all 3 of those things. I do all of those, or 2 might resonate with you, or just 1. But it's helpful to know why we are doing it, because that's what helps us figure out how to change it. First, we need to know why we're doing something before we can reprogram, rewire our neural pathways and change those patterns. So the first reason why you might be overeating at night is that it's just a habit. It's literally just a habit. All habits follow a similar structure. There is a cue or a trigger. Something triggers you and I don't mean only an emotional trigger. Your trigger could be a time of a day, a certain activity, could be a certain person, could be a feeling of stress or anxiety. For example, you might crave popcorn when you watch a movie, or crave coffee in the car because you always have coffee when you drive in the morning. Then you do your routine without even noticing it because it just happens automatically. Your brain receives a trigger cue and you automatically start eating without even noticing it. Then there is some kind of a payoff, a reward. There is some kind of reward that could be your thoughts are switched from negative thinking for a while, and that's pleasant. That teaches your brain that the next time it's triggered by the same situation, the same feeling, to do the same automatic eating. Cue, you follow the same routine and then get same reward. It's just that. This is the habit loop. It's nighttime, you're probably sitting in the same place that you always sit in front of the TV, doing the same thing you always do, watching TV or the iPad or scroll through the social media on the phone. And so that becomes our cue. That triggers the desire for the snack because that's what we've always done. And we're not even hungry. You might be still full from the dinner. You are not even emotional eating or stress eating. It's just a habit. This time of night, I'm sitting on the couch in front of the TV. I just feel like I need this snack. And again, oftentimes we're still full from dinner. We don't even want to eat. We are not even craving it, but we are just compelled to eat. So that's the first reason for nighttime snacking and overeating, the habit. The second reason I find people snacking is just boredom. My clients say, I just feel like I need a little something. People say they need something to do with their hands. The day is over, I just feel like I need a little something, just like going to the kitchen and I feel like I'm bored, so I just go and find something to nibble on, and this often results in mindless nibbling. People kind of wandering around the kitchen looking for a snack because they have nothing else to do. And these two reasons for overeating at night could be mixed up together. So boredom could be your trigger for your habit of eating at night when you are still full from dinner. And the third reason people overeat at night, and this is a huge one, this is a big one, is because eating becomes a form of self-care, self-love. And what I mean by that is that if you're even fallen into the story around, I deserve that after the day I've had, after everything that's been going on, after she said that to me, after I had to deal with that, after everything I've done for everybody else, I deserve a treat. Whenever you hear yourself saying that you deserve this, know that you are using food as a form of self-care and self-love, which, just a spoiler alert, is not self-care, not self-love. When we are overeating junk food at night, this is not an act of self-care. We can nourish and feed our bodies when it's done mindfully with nourishing food. That is self-care, that is self-love. So what happens when you say, I deserve this, and eat ice cream, chocolate, chips, usually in big amounts, is that you hear the call for self-care that your body and mind and soul are sending you. You need self-care when you are feeling empty, feeling depleted, feeling run down, feeling hurt or disrespected or unappreciated or just overwhelmed or just tired. You need self-care. That is what your body, your heart is saying. I need some love. I need some attention. I need you to fill this cup again. And you are trying to use chips or whatever you're snacking with to fill your cup with love. And it's not going to work. It's an awkward attempt at addressing that need of love. So you're trying to use food as a way of loving yourself. And food feels like a good option at some level because it's always there. It doesn't judge you. It doesn't ask for anything. It doesn't question you in any way. It's just there, always there for you. So you can understand why we get confused and we end up substituting chips or wine or ice cream or I don't know, Doritos for self-love, self-care, but it's not going to satisfy us at the end of the day. So these are generally the 3 reasons I find that people end up snacking and overeating at night. You could be having all 3 or 2 or just one of them. Let me know in the comments below which of those 3 you think is yours. Is it just a habit for you? Is it that you are bored and so you're just kind of eating because you feel like you need a little something to do or just a little something, or you're just mindlessly snacking, you don't even really notice it? So is it some kind of form of self-care? Are you trying to nurture yourself, love yourself with food? To address overeating at night, you need to first determine which of these reasons are yours, or maybe all 3, or 2, or just one. Now, after you discovered your reasons for overeating at night, let's talk about how we can address them. There are a few things you can do. If it's a habit, if you realize that this is just a habit, you can try to change it. The habit consists of cue, routine, reward, and trying to tweak a little bit the cue trigger. You can change the fact that you're sitting on this couch. You can change the fact that it's going to be evening time, and you might not be able to control the fact that you are tired. But the cue is usually the collection of things. It's not just that it's nighttime. It's that it's nighttime and you are tired and you are sitting in the same place and you are doing the same thing. And when all of those things conspire together, it triggers you to want the snack. You can change where you're sitting. You can change what you're doing. Maybe instead of the TV at the same place every evening, sit in a different chair. Or do something different, like read a book, do a crossword puzzle, jigsaw puzzle, go for a walk, have a cup of tea, do some yoga, play with your dog, your cat, color something, write a book, write a poem, and thereby rewire your nighttime overeating habit. If you don't want to do it, like, no, Irina, I love my shows at night, and that's what I do, and I look forward to that all day. I'm binge watching this particular show right now and I'm just not willing to do a jigsaw puzzle instead, that's fine. You can sit in front of the TV or your iPad, but just know that you're going to create the trigger that's going to give you that real strong feeling like you need to eat. Just know it. You just need to be willing to sit with that discomfort a little bit, about 90 seconds, okay? And it will pass. You kind of know what's going on. You can sit there and say, okay, I really feel like I want chips right now after dinner. Really want them. But I know what's going on. I know that it's just because I'm caught up in this habit loop and I just have to sit through the discomfort and it will pass. You can say that to yourself. It's the same thing when you have to go to the dentist office, you know that it's not going to be comfortable, but you know also that the discomfort is just part of the process. Part of the process of breaking the old habit is just the discomfort of it. When you have to get a cavity filled, you know that it's going to hurt a little bit, but you do it and then you get your cavity filled and then you're not, in pain anymore. So it's just this discomfort is just part of the process. So it's kind of the same thing when we are changing a habit. We just have to accept that little discomfort, okay? And when you do it enough times, the habit will break and you will create a new healthy habit. Now for boredom. This is a little bit trickier. You have to find a way to be less bored. We have to stop using food as your project. And I think you need to find the way you can do that. And I might oversimplify, but find a different project. Sit down and think about, I have this thing in the evening where I end up eating because I am bored. What could I do? What do I need to put in place? What can I create? What can I set up for myself so that I don't feel so bored in the evening? All right? Maybe there is a hobby you've been wanting to try. Maybe you want to go to the library and get a book about something you know nothing about, like learn something new about a different culture or a time in the history. Or maybe you want to start, cooking better. Maybe you want to start learning a new language. Or you want to take guitar lessons online. You want to, pick a project. Something that could be your new thing to do instead of just eating, okay? You know that life is short and there is so much out there to explore and do, and times might be a little crazy right now, but there are lots of ways for you to explore the world, explore yourself and learn new things and try new things. And give yourself a little project. Something that maybe you've been wanting but you put in the background. So these are habits and boredom. Now let's talk about self-care. The problem is that eating junk food mindlessly is not self-care. This is not self-love. This is not how you treat your body when you really love it. This is not a healthy relationship with food, and you deserve better. You are half way there because you're listening to your body telling you, I'm tired, I'm sad, I'm lonely, I feel depleted, I'm exhausted, I'm scared, I need you to do something to address this. So you're halfway there. You are already listening and hearing that you need some love. And we need to be pampered. We need to be taken care of, to be cherished. The problem is that we use ice cream or Doritos or other chips or wine for this. And that it's not going to work. I know for a few moments food feels great. I know you get that little initial rush from chips and ice cream, but this is not truly addressing the need for self-care. This is not actually giving your body self-care. So you need to figure out what would be a better solution. What would give your body that sense of love, that sense of filling your cup, of really pampering yourself, really nourishing yourself, body and mind? Now, it's not chips. It's probably something like sleeping, calling a friend, putting on the funniest comedy, laughing until your stomach hurts, reading a good book, reading a funny book, or writing poetry, or dancing to your favorite song like crazy, doing the things that actually make us feel full again and connected to who we truly are, connected to something bigger than ourselves. And it's not Doritos. This is something deeper. For me, it's yoga, it's walking in the nature, it's laughing, it's playing with my daughter, it's laughing with my family, meditating, talking with a friend. These are the things that make me feel connected, like my heart is full. And there are things that you do that make you feel that way. If you think about it, you might not spend a lot of time doing them, but Doritos are not going to fill that void. Chips are not going to fill that void. Let's be honest. Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested in what you think about some of these solutions I suggested in terms of how you can address overeating at night. If your nighttime overeating is a habit, think about maybe playing with that cue. Can you change up a little bit of your routine at night? If not, if you're like, no, Irina, I cannot, I have to watch TV on the couch, that's fine. But then you gotta be willing to sit with this discomfort, just knowing that breaking a habit comes with some discomfort that will actually pass, okay? Just like getting a cavity filled at the dentist. If it's boredom, can you give yourself a project that you could focus on? Could you proactively put something in place that's going to be the new thing that you're doing to work on in the evening, that's going to be your evening project that you are going to do instead of the nighttime snacking? And if it's self-care, that you're trying to fill the void with food, what do your heart and soul really need? What are the things you could do? Maybe you're not going to go to, I don't know, a yoga studio, but you can still do some yoga on the floor. Light a candle and put on some music and just move your body in a way that really feels good. Stretch your body. There are things you can do as self-love acts in any situation. So think about what are those things that you can do to fill your cup, to make your heart feel full. I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if this is useful, if you are going to try any of the things I suggested. And I will see you in the next videos.